everyone, it's me, Pluto, and welcome to the first class at the Pluto Living University. You could just still call me Pluto, though, or if you like something more formal, you could call me Professor Ploots. Okay, so I have to confess that I was really, really, really nervous because I never taught at an interworldline university of random learning stuff before. I can't even believe that I'm starting a new career at 13 and more than a half years old because I have a little touch of acadoggy dementia, and I sometimes drop my marbles. And I also sometimes drop off into a snore meditation, which I did most of yesterday. So when I opened my eyes yesterday, I saw the duct tape next to my bed, and I remembered I had been thinking about doing the class about World War II and how duct tape was used to keep moisture out of the ammunition casings. It was actually invented by a woman in Illinois named Vesta Stout. She had 2 sons in the Navy, and she worked at an ordnance plant, and she noticed there were problems with how the ammunition was sealed in boxes with paper tape. So she had this idea for sticky cloth tape, and she took the idea to the boss, but he wouldn't listen to her. So she wrote to President Roosevelt and sent him diagrams for how to make the tape, and he listened, and he sent it to the war people, and they thought it was a really great idea. So thank you very much, Vesta. You are a hero to a lot of people who don't even know who you are. So did you know it was green, and it was actually originally called duct tape, like quack quack, because water would run off a duck's back, and it does, because they have feather with this kind of oil on it. Anyway, in the war they realized you could do a lot of stuff with that tape. It could fix anything, especially army boots. And so then after the war, when all the houses were being built and the suburbs were being invented, they got the idea that you could use it to connect the heating ducts. And so they started to spell it with a T, no quack, and they changed the name and made it silver, okay? And that stuff, it's even been used to fix the Apollo 13 and to fix the fender on the lunar rover of the Apollo 17, which sound like way better uses than wrapping your feet up to keep them warm when you're camping. There's even a duct tape university. Oh, then I thought maybe I could tell you about the history of universities, excluding the one for duct tape, because that seems as sketchy as a university run by a dog. Anyways, according to UNESCO and the Guinness Book of World Records, the oldest university in the world is the University of Al Qurein, which started classes in 859 AD over in the Fez in Morocco lands. And that university was founded by a woman named Fatima Al-Fayri, and it was the first university to grant a degree, and it's still going strong today. So some other sources, they say that the first university was the Bologna Studium in the Italy lands, and for sure, that's the oldest university on the left side of the world. It opened in the 1088s, and it was a really good place to study the canon and civil laws. And then I thought, canon law might be cool to teach, and I could find out if the Navy used duct tape on the cannons. But then I found out that canon law has nothing to do with actual cannons that go boom. It's ecclesiastical law, which is a really hard word to say if you happen to be snacking on some crackers and peanut butter. But basically, that's church law with a fancy 2-legged scholarly word. Anyways, I realized the Bologna lands, they're very, very right up at the top in the history of academia. But then I remembered Bologna is also the name of a smoked sausage derived from the mortadellas. And see, this is where the random learning stuff research methods can really just go off the rails. Because now I'm getting hungry and I'm reading about the sausage. So it has a bunch of spices, but the real version is flavored with myrtle berries, which gives it the je ne sais quoi factor, which is en français for oomph factor. Then the Bologna, it traveled across the ocean and over to the America lands, where it got beat up a little bit, and the name was changed to bologna. And bologna, it eventually became a lowly, inexpensive sandwich meat that roast beef looked down on. But by research, it was drifted into the culinary culture, and the next thing that I knew, I was learning about millennial foodies and the charcuterie boards. And guess what? The lowly bologna is now making a fancy gastronomy comeback, but at a brand new price point. Okay, so you already know that words are tricksters, right? So baloney, it could also mean nonsense. In fact, baloney might exactly be the right word for where this lecture ended up. Okay, so I ended up with no lesson plan at all, and I'm really, really sorry. But remember, it's tuition free over here. So anyways, thanks for coming to the first class. It was my first tryout. I'm kind of exhausted. Class is over now, so you could socialize in the comments with your fellow classmates if you want. I'm really, really happy you came. I'm gonna rest my thinking box, and I'm gonna start to do some proper lesson plans. So have a great week, everyone.